Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the second episode of the Mark Deez Word Show. I am your host, the one and only on the microphone, Mark Deez, 1/3 of Grindhouse Gang, coming to you directly from my studio booth right here in Augusta, Georgia. All right, so this week, we got a guest appearance from a good friend of mine, fellow Emcee, Kanis, one half of Cornbread Children. He and I are doing a collaboration album together, and I just wanted to bring him on so he could shed some light on what it's like to be an MC in the indie scene and talk about his projects and various things he's got going on and just really reminisce about, some good times we had together and whatnot, kicking it, shooting the shit, things like that. So it was a really chilled, laid-back interview, man, just like two buddies talking. And that's the one great thing about this show, man. I can bring my friends on here and we can just bullshit and have a good time. So before we get into the interview, I just want to kick the show off by playing their new record, the new Cornbread Children record. It's called Jay Hawkins. And y'all can check the brand new music video for Jay Hawkins out on YouTube. And support the album, support the record, man, because they got a record coming out called Child Support. Kanis has a solo album out, Mouth of the Dog. And he's also got a project which is Cornbread Children and Dope Nixon called Dope Children. I'm on that project. I'm also on Kanis solo record. I just really wanted to delve into that a little bit, Here's the record, Jay Hawkins, Cornbread Children, DJ Mark Deez. Spin that shit.
Yeah. Cornbread Children. Support it. Yeah. Definition of a sick rhymer. Use a bitch for the essence of a dick rider. Spit fire like jet fuel that melts through iron. Yes, you in the presence of a fucking messiah. I put a spell on you, like screaming Jay Hawkins. Part-time rappers got half a wrist watching. Can't tell the time, I'm faster with my mind's eye. Blindside to find crime, fuck it, I will die trying. I spit it sicker than any motherfucker that ever been it. Get rid of the minute, your gimmicks can't handle the limits of my expression. The force of my weapon is deadly direction. I'm stressing you little pests, I'm reckless. I'm a motherfucking animal. I handle my grammar and hammer these lines to attract with incredible stamina. Corn to the bread, horns to the head. These motherfuckers better be ready for bed. We put it to rest, we put it in earth. You can beat through your chest and swallow the dirt. I put a spell on you because you're mine. I put a spell on you. A piece of cornbread right here. Some motherfuckers crummy as fuck, going to the slut. Graham Cook motherfuckers that I don't give a fuck. A white boy with a jaw, fuck a hole in the wall. It's all raw, look at park and cut the fuck off. Interrupted that shit, shut the fuck up and get up in the truck and you're done know with some shit. Keep talking and walking, more like crawling. I'm scrawling my philosophy on top of your crawfish. Blacked out barbecue in the studio marlin. Bone to the nose, voodoo shit that I'm hollering. Any motherfucker trying to fuck with my brothers. New to East Day, I'm eating up all the others. What's up to the children? You should just listen. Be to the witch shit and you shit in your fucking britches. Graham don't give a damn if you catch the hook. Put a spell, welcome to hell, you get cooked. I put a spell on you because you're mine. I put a spell on you because you're mine.
All right, that was it. Cornbread Children, Jay Hawkins. Dope ass track. really digging it, man. And, like I said, check the video out on YouTube. It's a really cool, creative little video. And also for you cats out there, look up Kanis Lou and Mark Deez Vendetta music video from Kanis Lou's solo album, directed by Drew Welsh. It's a really dope video. We spent like 12 hours shooting that video, so I thought it really turned out great. So you get the chance, go on YouTube, check out Vendetta. But here we go with this interview, myself and Kanis Lou. This was a pre-recorded interview, so we're going to get right into it. And I just want to apologize to anybody that's listening that might think that the quality of the interview is, not up to par with what we usually do on the show. I'm running into a lot of technical difficulties trying to iron out all the kinks of this thing so we can have a well-oiled machine in future episodes. So it was a trial run. We had to do it through Skype, and I was recording it. I was speaking through the laptop mic instead of my usual microphone. So the quality is not what it usually is, so I apologize on that note. But I tried to edit it and bring it out a little bit better, so hopefully it sounds good enough. So we're going to go ahead and get into that, man. But stay tuned for future episodes. We're going to have more interviews. And here it is. Mark Deez, Kanis Lou, shooting the shit. Let's go. This week on the Mark Deez Word Show, I have the fucking one and only Kanis Lou in the fucking building.
Yeah.
So Kanis Lou, tell him, where are you from?
I'm originally from Brunswick, Georgia, which is all the way southeast by Florida. It's a shithole.
Home of the Brunswick stew. By the way, for those people out there that love Brunswick stew, that's where it comes from. Brunswick, Georgia, baby, representing. All right. When did you start rapping? When did you start MCing?
Man, I probably started fucking around with MCing when I was like 15 or 16. But I mean, I've been playing music and making music since I was like 10. So, that question is kind of like, to me, to being an MC is part of being a musician. So,
right.
It's kind of like, yeah, I've been doing it. Really, I've only been doing it seriously since like 2008. But yeah, but combined experience being a musician, playing instruments, studying music theory. I've been doing that shit my whole life. So,
damn right. So let me ask you this: how did Cornbread Children form as a group?
Originally, we just kind of, my brother Graham Cook or Ribs, were actual brothers. We grew up playing music together. We've been playing music together our whole lives, and it really started like fucking around a little bit. And he was originally, going to make the beats, and I was going to do the rhymes, and that's how the group was going to be. And it just kind of formed into what it is now. So really, it started. First time we ever laid something down was in 2008 in a motel room in Brunswick.
That's what I like to hear though, man, because that's how the best projects, come about, whether it's like in a hotel room or you in like a dirty ass basement somewhere. Like that's where the best music, spawns from, man. So I dig that shit. Let me ask you, what can people expect from the Cornbread Children album as far as features, production, the type of sound y'all are going for on the next record?
Really, it's our first record, in a sense, and we've been working on it for like 3 years. So, we've changed a lot. Like you were talking about the last podcast with Grindhouse Gang, like we've changed, our what we're gonna do with it. The production, Cornbread Children is produced and emceed by myself and my brother. So there is no outside production.
Okay.
We do all the production. And as far as features, as of right now, with what we have concrete that we know we're going to use, there's no features.
Well, that's what I like to hear. I'm sorry to cut you off, but that's what I like to hear though, because the better, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's just y'all two on there, you got a better nucleus, you know what I'm saying? And it's like a platform for y'all to get out there, because you don't need to showcase all these other MCs. You need to showcase what y'all can do. So I respect that as a group, as a duo. So that's cool. I'm down with that.
Yeah, and it's really more, not even that, I don't, I like doing features with people and I like doing different stuff, but I think it took us so long to get, like, what we wanted as far as a sound and, like, what to expect. I mean, it doesn't sound like anything that you hear in the underground right now.
Right.
That was our main focus, and that's what's taken so long with this project is when it does drop, which we're looking at 2014 before it's finished. It's not going to sound like anything else. I mean, because like as well as I know, whatever kind of rap it is, especially underground, is oversaturated, and people are doing the same shit.
Thank you.
Over the same beats and putting out the same records and putting them out back to back, and they don't really take any time on them. So yeah, I mean, it's going to sound different. I mean, you can hear that with like the shit we have released, Jay Hawkins and Boombox Philosophy. I mean, we're definitely going for a different sound as far as what we sample,
right.
topics and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, for anybody listening, man, make sure you go on YouTube, you look up Jay Hawkins, you look up what's the other one, Boombox Philosophy, look that one up as well. Everything that Cornbread Children does is dope. Like, y'all got y'all's own sound. It's like a signature sound for y'all. I feel like nobody else, especially down here in the South, nobody else down here sounds like that. So that was one of the main reasons, like when I first, heard about you, you first linked up with me. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to link up with you, is because you had your own signature sound that nobody else down here has. So I respect it, man. And you know what I'm saying? I do anything I can to help push it. And so I just want everybody out there listening, go check that shit out, man, because it's dope. It's original. It's not like anything else, especially coming out of the South. So if you're, a hip-hop head and you live down here in the dirty South and you hear all that trap rap, snap rap bullshit, the what y'all are doing is nothing like that. It's a complete 180. So everybody listening, please check that shit out, man. You will dig it.
Yeah, and that's definitely, I mean, we try to do, we call it Southern-born boom bap. That's the genre. I mean, it is well received, like, playing places here and there in Atlanta, and if anybody's listening that's in Atlanta, we'll be playing at the Masquerade in the Hell Room on the 15th of November. It's definitely well received, but it's definitely like, kind of turns people's heads a little bit, because it's not like, I go to a lot of events and I know a lot of dope MCs that have a lot of talent that do what everybody else does. But yeah, man, that's our main focus with that record, man. We're both kind of perfectionists in that sense with what we're doing with that project, or that group in general.
Yeah, damn right, as you should be, because you want to be able to put out the best project possible, because as an artist, you want to have a product, and you want to have something that's different from what everybody else is doing. Because like you said, everybody in the indie scene and the underground scene, they all sound the same. They all got the same type of beats and concepts and things like that. And I feel like what y'all doing is a little bit different. So I respect it. I get with it. And I just want the rest of the people out there, you know what I'm saying, to recognize what the fuck is going on, because Cornbread Children's putting it down. And 2014, y'all gonna get that record. So another question I wanted to ask you, as some of the listeners of this show may know or may not know, you and we're doing an album together. So I just wanted to get your thoughts about the progress of our album, how you feel that that's coming along.
Oh man, I think it's a dope project, man. It's I've actually had to, I've been so busy with Cornbread Children stuff lately that I've set it to the side and haven't listened to it all the way through, what we've got done so far. But
right.
Yeah, I mean, it's dope, man. I mean, it doesn't sound like anything you've done. It doesn't sound like anything I've done, which I think is a good thing for two MCs that that do a project together. You don't want it to pull one way or another in anybody's direction, kind of
right. Yeah.
create its own sound. And plus, the production shout out to everybody that submitted beats, but yeah, the ones we picked are sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everything we picked for that album is pretty much fucking phenomenal, man. Like, I feel like we got a pretty dope project on our hands, especially because me, I'm constantly working on different projects and different things, but I wanted to do the record with you because I knew that it would be like a far cry from everything else that I've been doing. Like, it's a little bit different, and that's what I dig about it. So I think the fans will dig it. I think everybody listening to the show will dig it. But yeah, this album is going to be dope as hell, man. So I'm really excited about it. And why don't you tell the people out there a little bit about the Dope Children project? Because that was a project that you did that's out now. People can get it, and I'm on it. So go ahead and plug that, man. Tell them about it.
Yeah, Dope Children, really... I want to say it was 2010, maybe 2011. We started on Dope Children, which is Cornbread Children and Dope Nixon of Barmy and the Pharaohs. And it was really like I got to know Dope Nixon a little bit. We would talk on the phone, this and that, and we were in the early stages of working on Cornbread Children. And he was like, "Yeah, let's do like a little EP album together." So we kind of dropped what we were doing. Ribs, my brother Ribs, or Graham Cook, whichever one you want to call him, he does all the production on the record. He's on maybe a couple tracks, and then it's me and Dope Nixon most of the way. You're on it. Pumpkinhead's on it.
Right.
I'm trying to think of who else got on that.
Label S is on this.
Label S. And really, man, to be honest, like, it was one of those projects that, like, I'm not going to name any names or call anybody out, but it was like a lot of shit happened behind the scenes that really fucked that project up for me. As far as like, it was supposed to come out in like 2011 and it didn't drop till 2012. And by that time it kind of lost its steam.
Right.
Because we were planning to drop it right after Dope Nixon dropped his last record. And that's when it was supposed to come out. It was supposed to be like his record, and then 3 months later, this record. And it just, I don't know, it got all bent out of shape. But regardless, it's a dope project, man. It's, we ended up, once I got everything figured out, got all my files, and had to put everything together myself, I got DJ TMB, to cut the whole album up. So, it's got some dope shit in there. And then, my brother, as far as a producer, I think most of those beats were MPC. I think that was before Machine was even out, or maybe before I started using Machine. But yeah, it's dope, man. I mean, it's just sampling and it's a good project. So,
yeah, man. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think it's out. I do have hard copies that you can purchase, but I got it on my Bandcamp, cornbreadchildren.bandcamp.com. Yeah, I think it's like $6 for digital or something. But yeah, I mean, that's something people should definitely cop if they, it's a different, again, like I said before, it's a different approach. It doesn't sound like a Dope Nixon record. It doesn't sound like Kanis Lou or Cornbread Children. It's kind of a mix of both. So,
right, it's a completely original project. Like you said, it doesn't sound like a Cornbread Children album. It doesn't sound like a Dope Nixon album. It doesn't sound like an AOTP album. So I feel like that album it stands on its own legs, man, on its own merits. So it's a good record. And I want to say thanks to you for having me on there, and also thanks to Artifact and everybody else that did remixes for the song that we did on that record, because you had a remix contest and whatnot. And I thought there was a couple of remixes that were kind of off the wall, but then on top of that, there was some really dope shit that came in too, man. So I thought the whole project turned out really good, man. So I was excited about it. And for anybody out there listening, man, go cop that shit, because like you said, $6-7. It's a great buy for that price, man. So go get it.
Yeah, definitely. And it was a fun project for sure. I mean, it was as an MC and as a musician and as a, really as a business dude, because, this is a business.
Right.
It was a good lesson, not saying it was bad, but it was definitely it was a good look to see, especially working with somebody like Dope Nixon and how that could be and shit like that. And it was a lot of fun putting the project together. My only things with it, like I said, I wanted it to come out sooner. I wasn't quite done with it, but I'm that way with projects. I'm fucking perfectionist.
Right, so. and we are too, man. And like I said, a lot of artists that are coming up, they might not know that, there's a lot of politics that goes on behind the scenes when you put a record together. So, like you said, it was a lesson learned. It was a stepping stone for you to keep moving forward and to realize that this game is a crazy game, man. Like you said, it is a business. This is the hip hop business. So for those people out there that are uneducated and don't really know the type of things that go on behind the scenes, man, there's always something. There's always a roadblock or something that keeps you from doing what you want to do, even if you have like this perfect vision in your head of when shit's supposed to come out. And it's hard for people like you, and especially people like me, because I feel like to a certain extent I'm a perfectionist too. So I feel the same way that you do about stuff like that. But it is what it is, man. It's a part of the business. It's a part of the game. Shit behind the scenes happens, and sometimes it throws like a spike in the railway from keeping the train from moving. But we're going to keep it moving right here, man. I just wanted to ask you, I came to your house in ATL, East ATL, like what, last summer? Something like that? Was it last summer?
I think it was 2 summers ago.
Was it 2 summers ago? Man, see, time flies when you're having fun, so it's hard for me to remember. But when we linked up, I come out there. I stayed at your house for a couple of days, whatnot. We shot the Vendetta music video. So I wanted to ask you, do you have any fond memories of shooting the Vendetta music video?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I mean, I always enjoy. Especially, it was cool to do a video with you and a track like that, and it's always fun to do a video with Drew Welsh,
right,
who directed it. He's a friend of mine. He's incredibly talented, and he's professional, and it's funny knowing him on a personal level and then working with him on that, because that's his business,
right,
and like seeing him work is crazy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, man, it was a lot of fun, man. It was, you got to see what my shitty neighborhood's like.
No, it was cool out there, man. And on top of that, like you said, Drew is like a consummate professional, man. Like, he's a funny cat too. So like you said, you know him on a personal level. Really, my only experience dealing with him was, working on the video. But I thought, it was a great working environment. He was, like I said, the consummate professional. And anybody in ATL or in, that area, GA, that needs a music video, man, hit Drew up, because he's top brass, man. Like, he's one of the best that you're going to find for, visuals, man. He's on top of his game.
Yeah, he's definitely on top of his game, and you get everything you pay for with him. I mean, I the last video I did with him was the Turk, which was on Capris Lupus, which was the collaboration with me and the GOAT, who was a producer. And anytime I work with Drew and have a video and want a video and got a budget together and stuff, I mean, he gets all fucking bases covered. We talk about the video, we storyboard it, and not just that, like, he has tons of ideas. He listens to the song over and over again. He kind of storyboards it, and then it's like, of course I say yay or nay on some things, but like, I mean, it's fucking crazy how this dude pulls strings. Like, when we shot the Vendetta video, I mean, we got into Georgia Tech.
Right, we did.
Those scenes in the hallway, like, we just went in there because he knew somebody in there.
Yeah, it was crazy, son. We just, like, rolled up on the campus like we owned the place and just went in there and fucking shot. It was cool, man. Like, we went to, like, the technology lab or someplace off in there. Like, it was like it was like Walter White's chemistry lab or some shit. We were in there. Good times, man. All right, Kanis Lou, 2014, 2015, what other projects you got coming out that you want people to know about? You got anything else you working on?
Not currently working on. I mean, I got ideas in my head. I know I want to do a second solo record, for sure. I know that I want to do a lot of work with Shazam X, who produced two joints on our album.
Right.
I hit him up a while back. He's here in Atlanta. I think he's originally from New York. And I had no clue who this dude was. I just knew he had nice beats, but he's definitely a vet. Like, he's done shit with Percy P and other cats. So that's somebody that I'm definitely one to work with. But really, Cornbread Children, Child Support LP, Mark Deez, Kanis record, and then I'll have future projects to be announced, but as of right now, I haven't been able to start on shit. So still working on the other one.
Hell yeah. But like you said about Shazam X, man, he's real dope. He like you said, he produced 2 joints on there. And the joints that you sent me from him were fucking crazy, man. Like, to me, he was like one of the illest cats we got. So it was good that you linked up with him. But another thing I wanted to talk about was your first solo album. Tell people about your first solo album, where they can get it, and all of that, because you shot some music videos and shit for that too, right?
Yeah. I got Word of the Dog, which is a music video, Plain Language, and Vendetta from that record. And really, man, for a long time, my brother, who's the other part of Cornbread Children, he was in South Florida and I was up here in Atlanta. And trying to work on a record like we were trying to work on, through emails and shit, just wasn't working. So,
right.
We did stuff here and there, bounce ideas back and forth. But in the meantime, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do a solo record,
Right.
So I took, like, what beats I had and some beats people had given me. The GOAT produced 4 or 5 tracks on it, and I just kind of sat down and started writing and recording Mouth of the Dog, and it actually turned out dope, so I actually released it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's funny because a lot of people like that record. I mean, I still, like, to this day, it came out August 2012. I'm still sending that record overseas to people. And it's funny because, like, I never intended it to be, I didn't really even start it to be something I was going to release.
Right.
But, I mean, that shit's also, I think Mouth of the Dog's on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify. It's all over the place. So, I mean, you can cop it all those places, or you can go to Bandcamp, cornbreadchildren.bandcamp.com and cop it. But yeah, I mean, that's funny, man, because like I said, it was one of those things that just kind of happened, and it's it's definitely, I feel like as much shit as I've done in music, I've done for a first record. It was really dope. So
yeah, it was a really dope record, because I remember when we were in ATL and we were shooting Vendetta. We were riding in your car. And we were basically listening to the album, and the one track that I really dug off of there was the False Prophet shit, man. That you know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, with Label S.
Yeah, that shit, man. That shit is so ill. That's probably my favorite record on the album, man. But to me, that album is like an extension of yourself, man, because it helped you, like, solidify your sound, because now you got all these other projects you could segue off of. But to me, that project was like a really concrete, estimation of what you do. So I really dug it, man. I thought it was a dope project. And once again, I'm on Vendetta. Vendetta was a dope ass song and a dope video. So, and another thing, getting back to shooting Vendetta, I had a lot of fun doing that. I remember who all was with us. There was that dude named Chandler who played the hostage. He was a good hostage, man, because he was like taped up for like fucking 8 hours or some shit, man, because it took us a long time to shoot that video.
Yeah. And that's the thing, when you're shooting a video with Drew, you better be prepared to shoot all day.
Yeah, damn right, man.
That dude will, not in a bad way. Like, he's thorough. You know what I mean?
No, it's in a good way. It's like being on a fucking movie set or something, man.
Yeah.
It's good shit.
Definitely.
Another thing I wanted to ask you, since we're both hip hop artists, obviously, before we ever got into the craft, we were fans first. So I wanted to ask you, what music you got in your rotation, what you listening to. I mean, it ain't got to be hip hop records. It could be anything, man. What you feeling lately? What you got, in your car or listen to on the radio? What you bumping?
Lately, man, I'd say, and the funny thing is, like, now that you say that, the more I get into hip hop, the less I listen to hip hop.
That is so true, man.
Really, because I'm not impressed with too many records. But I think R.A. the Rugged Man's Legends Never Die was a sick record.
Right.
I got that when it came out, and I still listen to that shit. And a lot of times I'm listening to beats or just instrumentals. I'm trying to think of what else I fucking...
Nah, it's hard for me to come up with stuff, too, because usually I'm so busy, like, making my own music. I really don't have time to step away and listen to other artists' music. But I try to, or at least try to listen to people I, came up listening to. But it's hard to find new records that you really vibe with, man. Like, you got to search long and hard to find a good record these days. And that's one thing, being an artist, we can make our own records, so we don't have that problem. We can always just pop in our own shit, people we fuck with shit, because we know that they're dropping quality music or that we're dropping quality music. So it's hard, man. It's hard when you're inside of, like, the hip-hop bubble to, like, keep a good tab on what the fuck's going on. Like, it's easier for fans, but when you're in the bubble and you're making your own music, it's hard to keep up with it. So yeah, I can feel you on that, no question.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely, I definitely have my influences with hip hop. I always dug the dudes that kind of came out of left field, like MF Doom, Casual, Hieroglyphics, Vast Air. Really, a lot of those MCs that really try to push the envelope of like what is hip hop, really,
right,
in a sense. So yeah, man. But usually, man, I'm stuck. Like, I listen to a lot of Vinny Paz when I work out or box, because he's just got that fucking angry ass voice that kind of is like a motivator. I like Ill Bill. Like, there's a lot of shit that I like, but as far as like purchasing new records or spinning new records, like, most of the time when I hear something new, it's like I've already heard this shit before.
Right.
I've already seen that video. This dude's going to be standing by barbed wire, and then he's going to stand in front of graffiti, and then he's going to be standing with like 800 homeboys. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know. Yeah, like you said, like once you've been doing it for a number of years, you kind of get like really jaded.
No, you do. You do. It's hard to, like, look outside the box when you're inside of the fucking box. Like, as crazy as that sounds, like, you just don't have the same pulse that you used to, when you were just a fan. But I feel you when you talk about artists that kind of come out of left field, like Vast Air, MF Doom, cats like that, because I always kind of dug cats like that too, because they were a little bit different. And I think some of that shines through in your style too, man, because you got a style that's really different. It's not like anybody else's style that I've ever heard. Believe me, I've worked with, artists from up and coming people to legends to, whoever. I've done it. So, like, working with you, man, it's totally different because you just got like this off the wall style. So I see exactly what you're saying, and I can see why those are the type of the artists that you relate to or that you dig, because you have a similar style. Not saying like you bite their style or anything like that, but just like y'all come from like the same pedigree, man, just straight out of left field. And I dig that shit because, it gives a good contrast to what I do, because I'm a little bit more grounded in my approach. But everything that you do, man, it's out of control. Like, I dig it. So I'm with that all day. Another thing I wanted to ask you about, I know you be sitting at home and shit, kicking it, watching a bunch of movies and shit. So, you seen any good movies on Netflix lately?
Not really on Netflix. I've been allegedly stealing movies off the internet. And I think probably the coolest shit I've seen lately is Escape from Tomorrow. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
Nah,
shit.
Who's in that? Who's in that?
Nobody's in it. It's a guerrilla style independent movie, which generally I don't like that shit, but it's really fucking weird. And it's filmed in black and white. It's at Disneyland. Like, they went to Disneyland to film this shit.
Wow.
and it's basically about a dude and his shitty wife and his kids that, you know, he's like having a midlife crisis, but it just gets fucking weird. Like it's hard to explain because there's you can't really explain it. You just gotta watch.
You just gotta see it. Now I'm gonna check for that now that you said that, because I watch a lot of movies, man. I watch a lot of mainstream movies, but I watch a lot of like indie flicks and shit that most people don't check for. So I will definitely look into that, man, because that just sounds bugged out. But yo, what was that one Bin Laden movie that you was watching at one time?
I think it was Zombie. Zombie Bin Laden.
Oh, Zombie Bin Laden.
Yeah. It was my friend Jimmy Pots and Pans.
Pots and Pans
that you met.
Yeah. Cool guy.
He comes over quite frequently, and we watch the shittiest horror movies we can find.
And hey, there's
smoke cigars.
Yeah, there's plenty of them on Netflix, man. And the next time we link up, I told you this like a million times, I got a whole fucking bag full of Macanudo cigars. So when we link up, we'll have a victory cigar, man. We'll do it big. But another thing before I wrap this up, I wanted to basically give you the forum to tell everybody where they can find you. You know, official sites, social networks, all the bullshit, man. Tell them where they can find you at.
All right. So canislou.com, cornbreadchildren.com. You can find me facebook.com/canislou, Twitter @canislou, Instagram @canis_lou. So that covers most of the social networking basis. But yeah, I mean, you can find me on all those spots. I'm on them pretty frequently. So
you're a frequent networker. Yeah, you're on there a good bit. But yeah, man, I just want to say thank you for coming on, and peace to your brother too, man, because your brother basically helped me fucking get markdeez.com like launched. So if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even have a website right now. So God bless him for that, because I really needed that, man. So he came through for me and, got your site looking right. He's the fucking man. Anybody out there needs a fucking website, hit Graham up, because he will, you know what I'm saying, do you good. Do you right for the right price. Hit him up.
Yeah, if you got the money.
If you got the paper, hit him up.
That and, I'll say that. And, he's done all my album artwork. I'm starting to do that. So that's just one more thing. Like album artwork, videos, any of that stuff, me and my brother can knock out. And you've seen the album artwork for our project that I did.
Right.
Nobody else has seen it yet, but I think it's pretty wild.
Yeah. It's definitely wild, and that's the thing. Like, y'all come out of left field with shit, and I dig it. And y'all are mad talented, but I wanna say thanks to you for coming on, man, and kicking it on the Mark Deez Word Show. It took me forever to get this fucking thing ready to record. I've been going through all these technical problems, but I finally got it going. So I'll try to get you back on, man, in the next couple months or whatever. We'll chop it up again. Give them an update.
Sounds good, man.
All right, brother. You take care, man. Appreciate you.
All right, peace.
All right, peace. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That was like the first interview I've ever done, like, formally like that. So it was good to, break the ice for me because, I'm still in my rookie season. I'm still getting my feet wet. But I thought the interview turned out great. Kanis Lou's a good cat. Check him out, canislou.com. Next week, I don't know, what we got going on. I'm trying to get Billy Ballantyne, Bill the fucking Hammer Ballantyne. I was on the remix to a track that he did with Godzilla and a couple other cats called No Holds Barred, wrestling themed stuff. So maybe next week we'll get on here and we'll talk about some wrestling. I think we're going to talk about WWE guys that we feel like are buried in the current roster that, could really uplift the product. So we're going to get into that next week. I'm going to try to get Powder on here. Maybe get Doc Ill on here a couple times. And Clive Craven as well. I'm going to get Clive on here. And also get a couple of my basketball buddies on, man, so we can talk a little hoops. My Knicks, man, they started off the season 1-3. It's abysmal. It's breaking my heart. But luckily, I got this podcast to keep me leveled, keep me sane. I don't know what the fuck's going on at MSG, man, but 1-3, that's not a good start, and I'm almost on the Fire Mike Woodson campaign. We'll save that for another show, so be on the lookout in the next coming weeks. Bill Ballantyne, Clive Craven. We're going to try to get Doc on. We're going to try to get Powder on. And we're going to try to get some of my basketball buddies, Wes and Glenn Miller, a couple other people. We're going to try to get them on as soon as I can schedule it because I got a lot going on. But maybe this week I'll get with them and do several interviews and stuff like that and then release it, over the next couple weeks. So stay tuned. There's more coming. I appreciate y'all listening, supporting the show. Also, any fans of mine out there, you know how I get down, man. I got plenty of albums for sale. So go to markdeez.com/store and buy some shit, man. Support your boy. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for this week's episode. And I'll catch y'all later. Mark Deez words. I'm signing out. Peace.